Hi everyone, Matthew here at AAWeatherWatch, taking a look at the weather through the course of the coming week, obviously the final few days of August and moving through into the opening day of September. Clearly it has been quite a poor summer, particularly in the last few weeks. The weather has been very, very unsettled indeed. But overall, through the course of the coming week, there will be some showery weather at times, but equally there will be some drier weather too. So not a bad week for late August, and obviously what will become the start of September. Now, satellite imagery shows a relatively weak band of cloud at the moment, moving into more northern and western areas of the country. This is bringing some outbreaks of rain and showers with it. Now, more importantly, behind this weather system is much cooler air within this region here, and as a result, after quite a warm day through the rest of Monday, conditions will become much cooler through the remainder of the week, along with potentially some chilly nights as well later on in the week. However, noteworthy as well is generally the lack of any active weather fronts across the North Atlantic. That is highlighted by somewhat cloud-free skies, but you can just see within this region here to the south of an area of low pressure there is some scattered cloud, and this essentially highlights what will be a mixture of sunshine and scattered showers as we progress towards the middle of the week. Just taking a quick look at the latest satellite and radar imagery at the moment, you can see that region of cloud with some patchy outbreaks of rain and showers again into more northern and western areas. The rainfall associated with this weather front will generally be insignificant, but again, importantly, it is behind this weather system where much cooler and fresher weather will then arrive again through the remainder of the week. Ahead of the outbreaks of rain, it's been a reasonable start to the day, predominantly dry as you can see, and the cloud is broken, particularly across southeastern areas of the country, with some bright or sunny intervals, but many areas will become predominantly cloudy through the rest of Monday. So let's move on now and take a look at the forecast weather charts through the course of the coming week to put the details on to the forecast, and a quick look at the rest of Monday again. There's the band of cloud and outbreaks of rain and showers moving southeastwards through the rest of the day, probably not reaching the southeast of the country until evening, but then following on behind this evening and overnight, dry conditions will prevail, and essentially again, dry period of weather with cloud breaking to allow for some clear spells through into the early hours of Tuesday, and as a result it will be a much cooler and fresher night tonight than compared with the past weekend. Now we move through into Tuesday, and essentially we've got a little ridge of high pressure building across the country. So Tuesday is looking a fine day, perhaps a few isolated showers across some parts of the north and northwest of the country through the afternoon and into the evening, but otherwise again it is a dry day. Some brighter sunny intervals, but as you can see quite a lot of cloud is forecast too. Now we move through into the midweek period, and this is essentially when the mixture of sunshine and showers generally becomes more prevalent. Through into the early part of Wednesday, and it is likely to be a mainly dry start to Wednesday with some brighter sunny spells, especially across parts of the south and east. But as you can see through the rest of Wednesday, some showers begin to develop, particularly across northern and western areas, some of these perhaps locally heavy by the end of Wednesday. While most of the showers may well clear for a time on Wednesday night, we then move through into Thursday, the final day of August, and essentially again it is another day of sunshine and showers. Now at the moment in time, some of the showers, particularly on Thursday through the afternoon and into the evening, could be locally heavy. Perhaps the odd thunderstorm is possible too, and as you can see this is around about 6 o'clock on Thursday, a mixture of sunshine and scattered showers as highlighted by the weather chart here. However, we end the working week with some good news as things stand at the moment. By the time we get to Friday, it is high pressure which is set to become more of an influential feature across the country and the British Isles in general. And this is the latest weather chart for around about the middle of the day on Friday. We have a region of high pressure building in from the southwest, not just across Ireland, but across the whole of the British Isles. And essentially, this does mean the working week will end predominantly dry with some brighter sunny spells. And as things stand, this fine and settled period of weather is forecast to continue into the opening week end of September. So moving on now, and let's take a look at the temperatures through the course of the coming week, and particularly within the short term, highlighting this expected drop in temperatures as we move through into Tuesday. Through the rest of Monday, as you can see, temperatures this afternoon widely reaching around about 18 to 21 degrees Celsius, particularly across southern and eastern areas of the country. Again, this indicating quite a warm day, but further north and west, temperatures will begin to drop away through the afternoon and into the evening. And as you can see, by the time we get to this evening and overnight into Tuesday, minimum temperatures perhaps just 7, 8 or 9 degrees Celsius is forecast. So again, a much cooler and fresher night tonight than compared with the last few nights. Now, through into Tuesday, maximum temperatures generally near, if not a little bit below average for late August. Highs in the region around about 13 to 16 degrees Celsius at best. Another cool night is expected on Tuesday night through into the early hours of Wednesday. Minimum temperatures, you can see, particularly across rural areas, just 6, 7 or 8 degrees Celsius. Temperatures on Wednesday very similar to Tuesday, again near if not a little bit below average for late August. Highs again around about 14 to 16, perhaps locally 17 degrees Celsius. And then the cool nights do continue later in the week and through into Thursday and Friday. Again, this is the early weather chart for around about 1 o'clock in the morning through into Thursday. And as you can see, minimum temperatures just 6 or 7 degrees Celsius are possible at the moment in time. So almost an autumnal feel beginning to develop to the weather as the week progresses, especially early and late in the day. Temperatures to end the working week very similar to the previous few days. Thursday, for example, maximum temperature somewhere in the region around about 13 to 16 or 17 degrees Celsius. So let's summarise that in our weekly weather summary. Looking at Monday the 28th, there is some rain and showers across parts of the north and west. That will slowly move southeast through the rest of the day. It will be warm ahead of this wet weather, but then turning much cooler across all areas this evening and overnight. Through into Tuesday, perhaps a few isolated showers across some northern areas of the country, but otherwise it will be dry for many regions with some brighter sunny spells, and again, markedly cooler and fresher compared with preceding days. And essentially from Wednesday onwards, a showery weather will arrive, particularly Wednesday, Thursday. Again, locally heavy showers possible, especially on Thursday as things stand, but then the working week will end with dry weather returning on Friday, with some brighter sunny spells. This fine weather currently set to continue into the opening weekend of September as things stand, but it will remain quite cool and with certainly some chilly nights possible. So that's all the details for the week ahead. Thanks for tuning in. We hope you have a great week, and as ever, I'll be back with you on Wednesday, focusing on the details for the second half of the week.